Hello, Immigration Nation! Here are the visa processing times for this month. Ready to analyze them? For U.S. citizen for a spouse, parent, or child under 21, the time is in all service centers, 16.5 months. National Benefit Center, 48.5 months. All field offices, wait 62.5 months. U.S. citizen filing for unmarried son, daughter 21 or older category, all service centers. USCIS service centers prioritize the adjudication of Form Y-130, petition for alien relative, preference petitions when the Department of State visa bulletin shows an immigrant visa is available or will soon become available. National Benefit Center, 55 months. All field offices. The longest wait, 120 months. Category for permanent resident for unmarried son or daughter 21 or older. All service centers, USCIS. Service centers prioritize the adjudication of Form I-130, petition for alien relative, preference petitions when the Department of State visa bulletin shows an immigrant visa is available or will soon become available. National Benefits Center, 51.5 months. All field offices, the longest wait at 93.5 months. For U.S. citizen filing for a married son or daughter category, all service centers, USCIS, service centers prioritize the adjudication of Form I-130, petition for alien relative, preference petitions when the Department of State visa bulletin shows an immigrant visa is available or will soon become available. National Benefit Center, 69.5 months. All field offices, 133 months. Finally, U.S. citizen filing for a brother or sister category, all service centers, USCIS. Service centers prioritize the adjudication of Form I-130, petition for alien relative, preference petitions when the Department of State visa bulletin shows an immigrant visa is available or will soon become available. National Benefit Center, 56.5 months. All field offices facing a significant wait time, standing at 133.5 months. I-131 form. Re-entry permit or refugee travel document. Nebraska, 14.5 months. Advanced parole category, California, National Benefit Center, 7.5 months. Nebraska, 7 months. Texas, 22 months. Vermont, 8 months. Form I-918, petition for a non-citizen who is a victim of qualifying criminal activity and their qualifying family member. All service centers, 44 months. Form I-914 provides temporary immigration to non-citizen victims of trafficking. Vermont, 20 months. Form I-730 petition for accompanying family members of an asylee. All service centers, 11.5 months. Form I-601 waiver of grounds of inadmissibility, Nebraska and all field offices, 32 months. Form I-601A, provisional waiver of unlawful presence, all service centers, 38 months. Form I-212 for permission to reapply for admission after deportation and removal category, Nebraska and all field offices, 32.5 months. Next form I-821, Afghanistan, Vermont, 24 months. Burma, California, 5 months re-registration in Burma, California, 5.5 months. Cameroon, Nebraska, 14.5 months re-registration in Cameroon, Nebraska, 13 months. El Salvador, Texas, 6.5 months. Vermont, 13 months. Re-registration in El Salvador, Nebraska, 12.5 months. Texas, 12 months. Vermont, 13.5 months. Haiti, California, 4 months. Haiti re-registration, California, 3 months. Honduras, Vermont, 11.5 months. Honduras re-registration, Vermont, 10.5 months. Nepal, Nebraska, 12 months. Nepal re-registration, Nebraska, 12 months. Nicaragua, Texas, 3 months. Nicaragua re-registration, Texas, 2.5 months. Somalia, Vermont, 16 months. Somalia re-registration, Vermont, 4.5 months. South Sudan, Vermont, 12.5 months registration for South Sudan, Vermont, 4 months. Sudan, Vermont, 10 months. Sudan re-registration, Vermont, 2.5 months. Syria, Vermont, 10.5 months. Syria re-registration, Vermont, 9 months. Ukraine, Nebraska, 12 months re-registration, Ukraine, Nebraska, 13 months. Venezuela, Potomac, 8.5 months re-registration, Venezuela, Potomac, 10.5 months. Yemen, Vermont, 3.5 months. Yemen re-registration, Vermont, 4 months. Form I-821D renewal, Nebraska, less than 3 months. Vermont, all Form I-821D renewal requests are currently processed at the Nebraska Service Center, except for a small number of remaining requests pending at the Vermont Service Center VSC from when certain Forms Y-821D were routed there. For those whose cases are still pending at VSC who seek case-specific information, please go to the Case Status Online tool. Request for Deferred Action California. In compliance with a court order issued on July 16, 2021, USCIS has suspended processing time calculations for initial DACA requests, as the Department of Homeland Security (DHS) is prohibited from granting them. Vermont. We have the same situation here. USCIS has suspended processing time calculations for initial DACA requests. Form I-485 for those employment-based adjustment applications. California, 27.5 months. Nebraska, 15 months. Texas, 31.5 months. All field offices, 12.5 months. Switching gears to family-based applications. Mount Laurel, 19 months, and Newark, 22 months, under the Haitian Refugee Immigrant Fairness Act, TRIFA, Nebraska. For this category, the Haitian Refugee Immigration Fairness Act, TRIFA, enacted by Congress on October 21, 1998, allowed certain nationals of Haiti who had been residing in the United States to become permanent residents. Principal applicants wishing to apply for permanent residence under HREFA had until March 31, 2000 to file for adjustment of status. Now, based on grant of asylum more than 1 year ago, all field offices, 15.5 months. Based on refugee admission more than 1 year ago, all field offices, 14 months. Based on approved T visa, Vermont, 38 months. Based on approved U visa, Nebraska, 14.5 months. Vermont, 28.5 months. Tell me, Immigration Nation, what is your form and how long have you been waiting? I'd love to hear from you. Now for Employment Information Form I-765. Based on being an H-4 spouse of an H-1B non-immigrant category, California, 4.5 months. Nebraska, 3.5 months. Texas and Vermont, 2.5 months. Based on being an L2 spouse of an L1 non-immigrant, California and Texas, 5.5 months. In Vermont, 16 months. Based on being admitted as a refugee, Nebraska, 1 week. Based on an approved asylum application, Nebraska, 5 months. Texas, 1.5 months. Application for suspension of deportation, National Benefit Center, 18.5 months. Based on parole. National Benefit Center. Great news for with 1.5 months wait, alien with final order of deportation under an OSUP National Benefit Center, 3.5 months. Based on being an H-4 spouse of an H-1B non-immigrant, California, 5 months of waiting. Nebraska. You're in for a 7.5 month wait. Texas. It's also a 12-month wait. And Vermont, 9 months. Based on a request by a qualified F1 academic student, Potomac, 4 months based on an approved, concurrently filed I-821D, California. In line with a court order from July 16, 2021, USCIS has halted processing time calculations for initial DACA requests due to a prohibition on DHS from granting them. Nebraska, less than 3 months. Vermont, attention Immigration Nation, all form. WINE 765 renewal applications based on an employment authorization document EAD, category C33, are currently processed at the Nebraska Service Center, except for a small number of remaining applications pending at VSC from when certain such Form WINE 765s were routed there. Based on a pending asylum application, C8, renewal. All service centers, 10 months. Based on a pending asylum application, C8, initial application. All service centers, great news, just 1 month of waiting. Based on a pending I-485 adjustment application in California. 6 months, while in the National Benefit Center, the waiting is 4 months. Nebraska, 5.5 months. Texas, 6.5 months. Vermont, 8 months. Based on TPS for El Salvador, Texas, 13 months. Vermont, 13.5 months. Haiti Extension, California, 3.5 months. All other applications for employment authorization. In California, the wait time is 12.5 months, while at the National Benefit Center, 2.5 months. Nebraska, 12 months. Potomac, 5 months. Texas, just 2.5 months. And Vermont, 11 months. Form I-526, China, mainland born, for use by investor who wishes to immigrate to the United States, the Immigrant Investor Program Office, 89.5 months. All other areas, for use by investor who wishes to immigrate to the United States, Immigrant Investor Program Office, 59.5 months. Long time form. I-751 removal of lawful permanent resident conditions. All service centers, 25 months, and all field offices, 29.5 months. Form N-400, application for naturalization, Mount Laurel, New Jersey, 8 months. Newark, New Jersey, 7 months. Form N-600, application for recognition of U.S. citizenship, Mount Laurel, 6.5 months, and Newark, 5 months. Form I-829, removal of lawful permanent resident conditions. The Immigrant Investor Program Office is facing a hefty wait time of 49.5 months. Form I-824 to request further action on an approved application or petition, California, 4 months National Benefit Center, 28 months, Nebraska, 7 months, Potomac, 19.5 months, Texas, 11 months, Vermont, 19.5 months, Form I-360. All other special immigrants, California, 8.5 months, Nebraska, 15 months, Vermont, 39 months, VAWA. All service centers, 42 months, religious workers, California, 8 months, for Afghan or Iraqi translators and Afghans or Iraqi who worked for on or behalf of the U.S. government, Nebraska, 5 months. Form I-140, extraordinary ability, E11, Nebraska, 13 months, Texas, 14.5 months, outstanding professor or researcher, E12, Nebraska, 14.5 months, Texas, 12 months, multinational executive or manager, E13, Nebraska, 13 months, and Texas, 9.5 months, advanced degree or exceptional ability, E21, Nebraska, 7.5 months, Texas, 8.5 months, skilled worker or professional, E31, E32, Nebraska, 7.5 months, and Texas, 4.5 months, unskilled worker, EW3, Nebraska, 8.5 months, Texas, 10.5 months, advanced degree or exceptional ability, requesting a national interest waiver, NIW, Nebraska, 14.5 months, and Texas, 11 months. Finally, the last category for this form, schedule of nurses, Nebraska, 12.5 months, Texas, 12 months. That's all for now, Immigration Nation. Share how you have been dealing with your visa process and the wait time you have experienced. Please feel free to contact us if you have any questions. We are here to help you. Remember, we are all in this together.
Hey, did you like the video? I invite you to watch another video where I share more tips on how to protect your reputation as an immigrant. Until next time.